Thumbs up. I'd like to call this work session meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Mayor Romanek?
Here.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Here.
Commissioner Sui?
Here.
Vice Mayor Watson?
Here.
Commissioner Casabun? Here.
May we please stand to salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. This meeting is being conducted in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act of 1975, was advertised, posted, and made available to the public as required by statute. The admissible clerk is directed to include a statement in the minutes of this meeting. Madam Clerk, are there any changes to the agenda?
No, Mayor.
Presentation, seeing none. Public comment on agenda items only. If anybody from the public would like to comment on the agenda items in the work session, please come to the podium, state your name. Seeing no one, I will close public comment on agenda items only. Discussion of commissioners. Commissioner Hewitt, go ahead.
Nothing at this time, Mayor.
Thank you, Commissioner Hewitt. Commissioner Sui.
Yes, so I had an idea this weekend. I have a few items, but this is the first one. So it concerns our police manpower situation. I realize we're shorthanded. When it came to CDGB funding and UEZ funding, I asked the chief how much, we should put in there. And the limiting factor was not the money, but the limiting factor was the manpower. So I reached out to the county sheriff and said, hey, if we pay you with UEZ money, can you cover certain things on weekends and nights if we need it? He said he could. So that we can use for UEZ money. It won't in fact impact the taxpayers. I want to know where you guys stand on this. Maybe we need a further discussion or whatever. So I also asked the CFO if our budget was fully funded for the amount of police officers that we're supposed to have, which it is, and we all know we have a shortage there. So it's also possible to do that if we need to increase police on the street temporarily. This will be a temporary thing, not a permanent thing, but it covers a lot of ground at no increased cost to the taxpayers. I don't know if you guys are interested in it. If you're not interested in it, if you are, I suggest that we meet, whoever meets, the chief and Kirk and me or somebody else, and discuss this sometime early next week so we can get this going, because we'll have to put in for that UEZ funding soon.
I can do it whenever you can.
All right, so any day next week is good for me. You just
Yep.
let me know.
Okay. We'll go by chief's schedule and take it from there.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm not done yet, though.
No, sounds good, though.
Sounds very good, yeah.
So next I have a quick question on the Galdelli building. Are we anywhere near closing on that yet? We have another check we had to send out this month. Any indication what the problem is with closing? Are we ready to close, or what are we doing?
Just pending last little bit for the title.
What are we lacking?
Confirmation from the title company.
Who picked the title company, us or them?
We
You
did.
know, we did? Who did we pick?
Same company. does
Right over
all
here?
the work, yeah.
How long have we been waiting for that? Any idea?
No, it's not my head. no.
I thought that, I read something that it was done and they were about to send it out.
Right. MSB was waiting for it.
Yeah.
That's right. And MSB is going to be handling the closing as soon as they receive everything.
So
Right, well, I hope you hurry up, because we're
I think
85
it's gonna
times
be
3,
almost any
26.
day.
We're about, $30,000 into this with the taxes that we got to pay, roughly 28 grand, so hopefully get that done soon. Let's see, I had one other thing. Maybe I'll save it for later. No, that's it for now. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Sui. Commissioner Casabun.
Nothing at this time.
Thank you, Commissioner Casabun. Vice Mayor Watson.
Yeah, this is a little bit late in the game. I received some information today that there was a previous bond awarded for the dewatering project. Wayne from engineering basically was asking if he should do a presentation, as it's been a little while for the dewatering project. Maybe get that on the agenda for April.
Yeah, well, we got the $11 million for the clarifier, and we came in way under bid, so that's why we have enough money to do the dewatering project, yeah. We can, I mean, you explained it pretty well at the last meeting, how it would save us money, I mean, you explained it before. But we can do it again if you want, I mean,
Yeah, totally up to you, just to update everybody.
what do you guys think? Do you want to do it? It doesn't matter, it's up to you guys.
There's a couple questions I have for Wayne and I want to follow up with Susan to see if there's, through that iBank, if there's another way that we can use the other $2 million for the interest and principal forgiveness. I don't know the options for that, so as soon as I clear up some things with them.
Yeah, go ahead I was blanking on what the heck you guys are talking about.
It's always
right
good to
there.
keep the public informed.
Yeah, go ahead, go for a presentation.
Sounds good?
I was so confused what you were just saying. I was
All
like,
good.
you explained it last meeting.
It's been a little
I was
while.
like- I was like, oof. A lot on my mind. Anything else?
No, I think it's it.
Okay, thank you. If you guys have any comments on for the SDL licenses, it's just for, basically shifting from one side of the fifth floor to the other, just for construction, subcode officials, and more for that side, less for the zoning and code enforcement personnel, but just to keep up with the SDL contracts. So that's why it is needed. Other than that, no, lots of activities and such that I'll go to further more detail in the regular session. Seeing no new business, we have now reached the public comment portion of our meeting. Anyone who would like to address the commission, please go to the podium, state your name, and address your concerns. Please limit your comments to approximately 5 minutes. Seeing no takers, I will close public comment portion. Any commissioners have any closing comments?
Yeah. Throw it out there for Brian. Thank you very much for coming tonight.
Sure.
On the agenda, we have the ones for
Two
Livonia.
abatements.
Yep, one's for Livonia and the other one's for Glasstown
Glasstown.
Village Apartments. Did any of the commissioners have any questions for Brian while he's here, or?
What, I did go down and see him earlier, so he answered my questions, but I was particularly concerned about the Glasstown Apartments. That's really not a new project. I mean, I went and got the permits, and that was 2021, that they pulled permits, start working on that. And, as far as it creating the 6 criteria, I don't think it meets all of them. But certainly, the 2 jobs it says it's gonna create, I'm sure there were 2 jobs there before maintaining stuff. And certainly when there was offices, there was more jobs than 2. I also talked to him about the category 4C or C4?
4C.
4C for residential apartment complexes, if we should even be considering giving tax abatements for them. And I don't think we should, but we could change the code so that we didn't even have to consider those again. But that's something you guys may want to research and look into.
With that thought, as you know, I talked with Brian a little bit, bringing up the residential, now that opens up another situation. Say we get a new motel down along the run going into Walmart. If we open up this facility to an abatement,
Well, that
what are
wouldn't-
we doing in that situation?
That wouldn't be a hotel complex. I mean, it wouldn't be an apartment complex.
Right.
If somebody wanted to open a hotel, I think we'd have to look at that differently.
Yeah, that would fall under 4A, commercial,
Okay.
not 4C. 4C is apartments specifically.
Good question,
So,
though.
and you could put in the ordinance, if you want to make it specific to the class that I would use, do 4A commercial, 4B industrial. That's it. And you can leave 4C out and consider it a residential use. I don't see why that would be an issue.
Yeah, because in all reality, what designates an apartment complex? Over 5 residences?
5 or more.
Yeah,
5 or
well, look at what we got here in town.
Yeah,
That's something I think that as we move along through the agenda tonight, maybe we need to table this to do some more research.
Table which one? The apartment, I would just vote, I'm just gonna vote no.
Okay.
I mean,
Because, yeah, that does open up a whole new can of worms. Once you get over somebody's boarding, some of these boarding houses and stuff.
Well, then, this is like if, it's not even new construction, so. it was,
No,
I
it's a
know they
rehab.
fixed it, but it's a rehab.
It's a
and,
rehab.
I wouldn't even want to do it for new construction for an apartment complex. They're making enough money.
If it's not gonna pass, just remove it.
Well, it's a rehab, and it was also going to be for vets. That went away, then it became another situation. Now it's
Well, we shouldn't-
basically open to whoever can afford it.
Well, when somebody makes a bad business decision, we shouldn't put it on the back of our taxpayers.
Correct. We'll deal with it when we get to the agenda.
Well, that one, we can have it drafted for whatever, the next meeting or whatever, if we want to consider it. Plenty of time to think about it.
Were there any other agreements that dealt with this property?
Like I was saying,
I haven't received any
I
other
look-
type of agreement.
I looked at the application for the zoning board. I looked at the resolution.
Okay.
we're
Nothing
going
there.
back about at least 6 years ago now, when this all was
21,
initiated.
the last permit was approved, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have, no, I don't. Yeah, I have it here if any of you guys want to look at it in between meetings.
Either that, or we just bring it forward and we vote on it. Instead of kicking it to the burner.
Here's I don't know, any of you guys want to look at the resolution and
As far as I'm concerned, I think we can just, if you want to leave it on there, we can just vote on it and take
vote
care
on
of
it
it.
and, yeah,
Have it done.
yes or no, whatever you want to vote.
Correct.
Yeah, get it over with.
Okay. Sounds good with me. Any resolutions?
No, Mayor.
All right, motion for adjournment?
Make motion?
Second.